See if I can get this done. All right. How we want this to go. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Let's see. Y'all coming with me? Can I get my camera together? Can I get my cameras together? So I'm back with Thought About It Thursday. I'm back with Thought About It Thursday. So if you don't know when I'm going live, I need you to do me a favor. Go see your little notification bell. I'm trying to get my stuff together because I want to get. Go to your notification bell right in the top in the corner. Make sure that you like and subscribe and you sharing my stuff. Let folk know I'm on here to Thought About It Thursday because some stuff happened earlier today and I thought about it and I had to bring it. Hey sis, hey Mika, welcome to the YouTube. Let them know I'm live. I'm not gonna be live on IG very long. Hey Dinero, hop over to the YouTube. Hop over to the YouTube for Thought About It Thursday because I'm not gonna be live on the IG long. I just wanted to let y'all know I'm doing a Thought About It Thursday. I told y'all I was doing this. I know Mika, you already here. Mika already there. Come on over. So if you don't know, come on over to the YouTube CWC Education Station for Thought About It Thursday because I got some shit that I just thought about for y'all. Like real talk, Thought About It Thursday. We gotta talk about this shit because it fucked me up for a minute on how I had to answer this question. So come on over to YouTube. I'm not gonna be on IG long. I just wanted to let IG know we on the YouTube with Thought About It Thursday because I told you I had some shit for every day of the week. So we gonna Thought About It Thursday. I really want y'all to come on over to the YouTube. All right, now let everybody know we live on YouTube, the CWC Education Station. Also, if you're not familiar, the CWC Education Station is also on Patreon. I have the spiritual basics up. I have a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you for coming over. Hey, Ursula. Hey, Kimmy. Thank y'all for coming on over because I'm telling you, I'm about to get cracking with this Thought About It Thursday. Because I had to think about this shit. Like this shit threw me through a loop. I had to think about this, bro. And I'm like, wait. Normally you don't catch me off guard, but you caught me real quick. But I had something for it. I was ready. All right, y'all. So come on over, IG. Come on over to the YouTube. YouTube, we about to get started. Get on over here. Come on in. How y'all doing? Don't know, hit up the Patreon, CWC Education Station. Also, look forward to the podcast on Anchor. That's going to be dropping soon, too. All right. I'm off of IG, y'all. See y'all. Okay. So, YouTube, listen. Listen, let me tell y'all about this Thought About It Thursday. So when I used to work for people, I had these days of the week. I told y'all, messy Monday, talk about it Tuesday, what about it Wednesday, thought about it Thursday. Because by Thursday, everybody used to think about doing the wildest shit in the world. Kid you not. In a social work game, if you could think that shit was happening, it happened on a fucking Thursday. That's just what happened. That's how it went. And then Friday was fuck it Friday. Either you fucked the job, you fucked everybody at the job, you was ready to snitch everybody out. Because all of the shit that happened on Thought About It Thursday. Not only did these motherfuckers think about it, they actually did that shit. But let's talk about this Thought About It Thursday, right? So today, I'm with the kid. We goes over to my auntie's house. I have my headbands on from Divinely Gathered. Check her out on IG. Got my headband on or whatever. I'm on my way over to my auntie's house. I'm doing my elder duty because I love my auntie to pieces. My favorite aunt in the whole wide world. You can't tell me shit. That's my auntie. Love her to death, right? Goes over to my auntie's house because my auntie's like, yo, I'm hungry. I need some dinner. And I'm like, auntie, I got you all day, every day. Not enough said. Say less. What you want? As the queen says, say less. What you want? So auntie's like, I don't really know what I want, but I need you to pick something else up for me. And I'm like, all right, cool. So on the way to picking up to something else, me and the little person decided we was going to have dinner at Eaton Park. So we out Eaton Park, we eating. Okay. And I call my child a little person because that's exactly what the fuck she is. And when I tell you what the fuck she said to me, that made me think about this shit, you gonna be like, the kid said that shit to you? The kid said this shit to me. Okay. So I'm trying to find out. So fast forward, we eating our meal. I orders auntie's food. I gets her food to leave with ours. We gets it over to the house. I gives her food. I had already took her some snacks. Had that shit packed from the house. I'm like, all right, cool. Hey there, thank you for coming over. Come on over. Because this Thought About It Thursday is fucking crazy, man. My little person really threw me through a loop. Now, mind you, my little person is 6 years old. Her birthday's in December. She's a Sagittarius. Her mother's a Leo. Her dad's a Sagittarius. We ain't gonna talk about the situation that I happen to be facing with these signs. Okay. Me and Cuzzo just got done talking about the situation that I happen to be facing with these two Sagittarius signs. Okay. Whatever. But this little person, my little person that acts the most like me, looks the most like me. While she was incubating inside of me, I asked for her to have all my good shit, and I did not know what I was asking for. But we ain't gonna talk about that just yet. We're gonna get there. Thought about it, right? So gets over to Auntie's house. We at the Auntie's house or whatever. I drops off the food to Auntie. Auntie's so fucking excited about having this food because, mind you, my aunt's like 77. She'll be 78 this year. On top of that, my auntie, my favorite auntie in the whole wide world, I don't know if y'all know about medical conditions, but my auntie had a heart condition. She had a heart surgery to the point where she has to walk around with a battery pack that's about this big and it weighs about 10, 15 pounds. So, and she can't be off this battery pack for longer than 20 minutes. Or it's really over. So she has to have replacement batteries. She got shit, like she's not attached to tubes or nothing, but she got to wear this thing strapped across her. Neither here nor there. Auntie doesn't drive anymore. Auntie don't go out and do the shit that Auntie normally do. So Niecy, right here, that's my favorite auntie. Fuck out here. I'm on my way over with this food because I'm a fat bitch. Let's eat. That's what we do. Let's fucking eat. So all right, so I'm over at Auntie's house or whatever. I drops off her food. Everything is gravy. So the little person runs out ahead of me. Now, y'all know, all of y'all who got little people, you know when your child runs out ahead of you, your heart stops for like a few seconds. Not because you worried about the child running. You're worried about the child running into an environment that you didn't scope out yet. So if you coming out a building, your kid dart off, your heart stops for like 2 seconds and be like, oh, what the fuck is you doing? Like, no, slow down, stop that shit. What you running for? What you in a hurry for? It don't matter how far your car or the bus stop might be. Your little person dart off on you. Hey, cuz yes, your little person dart off on you. And I'm telling you, your heart stops for like 2 seconds. So I yells at her real quick. I'm like, yo, slow down. Be careful. And she's like, I'm fine. I run all the time. I got my running shoes on, Mom. I'm running. And I'm like, I get that part. I don't have a problem with you running. I didn't see the environment yet that you're running into. So slow down so I can see the things that are around you. You're important to me. So as she gets in the car, I get in the car, I got my seatbelt on. Let me tell you what my little person said to me. Like, fucked my whole shit up. Fucked me up, right? Fucked me up. So what fucked me up was this. What fucked me up was this. We gets in the car. She said, Mom, why am I so important to you? What? Did you just ask me, little motherfucker, why you so important to me, goddammit? I had to stop for a second and I said, you know what? Little person, I called her by her full name. You know what, little person, you're important to me because you grew inside of my body for 9 months and nearly killed me to give birth to you. Like real shit. Some moms be like, yeah, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out. No, I'm dead ass serious. This one almost took me the fuck out of here when I brought her into this world. Like real talk. So let's talk about the real talk. And this is the conversation I was having because this is what made me really think about why she is so important to me. And she can't understand her level of importance to me because she is still developing her importance for herself. So I said, that's why you're so important to me. Why aren't you so important to you? Like you grew inside of me for 9 months. Right. You grew inside of me for 9 months, nearly fucking killed me to give birth to you. Why ain't you that important to you? And she's like, well, I just got here 6 years ago. Who fuck you talking to? Like, who fuck you talking to? So I said, hold up. You got a point. You got a fucking point. She really made me think about it on Thursday, like some wild shit. Like any other parent would have had a whole discounted argument, told their kid they wasn't shit. I was in. You got me there, right? You got me there. You only been here for 6 years. But this is the crazy part about it. How many of y'all know a motherfucker who been here for 30 plus years and still don't have that same level of importance for themselves? They still don't know how important they are to their goddamn self. So I had this conversation literally like not even 30 minutes ago with my cousin because I had to cut. We called. I got a whole fucking epiphany behind that conversation with that child because I had to think about her level of importance. The thing about it is, yes, them Sagittarius, I'm telling you, them damn Sagittariuses, y'all get on my goddamn nerves. Y'all are like, between Sagittariuses and Tauruses, Leos don't know who we gonna bite the head off first. I kid you not, because every day it's like, yeah, we can work together, but as soon as some shit don't go your way, y'all want to fight, throw shit, break shit. The whole shit is done. I'm taking my ball, I'm going home type shit. Man. And the crazy part is Leos don't hate y'all because y'all do that shit. We hate y'all because y'all did it before we did it. We love the shit out of y'all for that. We hate y'all because y'all took y'all ball and went home before we did it. How the fuck you get to act out before I get to act out? I'm over here acting all mature and shit, and you acting a fucking fool. I wanted to act a fool first. But neither here nor there. So she really made me think about it, yeah. I'm telling you, don't use it like that. But I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, we be mad as hell for real because y'all did that shit first. Y'all did that shit first. But this little person, right? So I'm talking to her about the level of importance that she has in my life. And the crazy part is she's absolutely right. She would never understand what it felt like. So I was having this conversation with my cousin, and I'm like, yo, she's like, well, put her on the phone with me. I'll tell her exactly how important she is to you. You've been manifesting that child since you've been manifesting that child. So a lot of people don't know that my little person is my only little person. However, I have raised over 10 people in my lifetime, and I'm only 30 plus years. I've raised over 10 people in my lifetime, and the most important person before her was my baby sister that I raised, who's an adult now. And that's a Virgo. We ain't gonna get into the signs. Y'all can go over and check out Queen Sis's about the signs. I'm not getting into it right now. About the signs, okay? Take your ball, go the fuck home. I'm tired of that shit. I'm telling you, those Sagittarius is like, fuck y'all. Not only do they take the ball and go home, they deflate the ball in front of you so you can feel the pain and never playing with that ball again. And then they get mad that they had to prove a point to you. I kid you not. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Me, the Sagittarius that ain't get mad about proving a point that hurt their asses at the same time, but they felt so good about proving that fucking point. What? But now they're in there, and we ain't gonna talk about the behavior, but we talking about this question because my little person is like, why am I so important to you? And I'm like, yo, what? Well, you're gonna have to wait for me to get done with the live to get the tablet out the bed crack, or you gonna have to move the bed yourself. So why'd you even come down here to bother me about it? Then you will have to wait for me to get done. Either way, it's bedtime. Figure that out. Right, mutable. Mutable, Virgo, mutable Earth. Who gonna check me, boo? You absolutely right. That's the way my little sister is, okay? Who gonna check me? I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Fuck you and your ego. I don't even care. I was wrong, and you gonna deal with the fact that I was wrong. And I'm not gonna tell you I was wrong because I was wrong. Fuck it. It was me. I'm like, damn Virgos, okay? And my mother was a Cancer, but we ain't gonna get into that just yet. But neither here nor there. So the little person, y'all just heard me talking to the little person was like, all right, mom. So like, you so important. So why am I so important to you? So I went down this whole list in my mind of how this child was so important to me. It took me 30 years to decide to have my own little person. But in those 30 years, I had been a godmother over 10 times and raised my own baby sister. Literally, my mother, until the day she died, accredited me for raising my little sister. That's just what happened. Not saying right or wrong. What I'm saying is having a person to reassure you in your life that you are important at some point in time, and to understand your level of importance at such a young age helps to develop that sense of self-esteem, that sense of self-worth, and it helps to actually build the character that we all front. You heard me, that we all front, because we've met a lot of representatives. Yes. Savage Sag life. I'm telling you, it's savage. That life is savage as hell. I'm telling you, Sag life is savage. I don't even know what to tell you. Savage as hell. Destructive and fun and all types of shit. Like, y'all really are a bunch of fucking fun until y'all get on our nerves. And Leo's is like, listen, the minute y'all go off kilter and start making shit up, we can't fuck with you no more. We done. But But that's just because we like structure, and that's our thing. And I'm learning the level of importance it is to me. So that's what I'm getting at, right? So I'm getting at the fact that my little person is like, so why am I so important to you? And in my word, I'm like, shit, I almost died to bring you here. Of course you fucking important. Like, my life was on the line, god damn it. You important. I had partial facial paralysis. If none of y'all know what Bell palsy is, I'm about to tell you right now. Yes. Listen, we love y'all to pieces, but y'all crazy as hell. Y'all, the imbalance. So I'll get to the imbalance of the Sagittarius, but it's not that bad. Like, truly, it's not bad. But she asked me this question, and I'm so happy she did at such a young age, so that I could affirm her level of importance in my life. And the way I affirmed her level of importance was simply that, as I told her, I said, listen, I nearly died bringing you into this world. You made me sick. I was uncomfortable for 9 months on purpose to bring you into this world. Like, I purposely planned to have this little person. In no shade towards anybody who ended up with an unexpected miracle. I got a T for that now, so you ain't got to have no more. No shade at all. But the way she was manifested in my life, I literally risked my life for her. Like, I was talking about this experience because I actually put this experience on my IG. I wrote a poem about it. And you don't understand how hard it is to be a Black woman, a brown woman, an African American woman in a predominantly white county that could give a fuck less about whether or not you live or die. Like, literally, they are killing us at a rate of 1 to 4. And when I say killing us, like, they are blatantly ignoring the signs that we are blatantly not talking about. Because I am who I am, I'm one of them investigative Leo types. On top of that, I have degrees in social welfare. So I'm trained now, like, literally, I've been purposely trained to look for information. Because I'm one of them type of individuals, I was able to save my own life. But it did not save me from the frustration during my childbirth in labor. So as I'm telling this child how important she is to me, I'm reliving the trauma from the birth of her life. In the birth of her life, I went into that motherfucking hospital at 11 o'clock Saturday night on December 11th. She wasn't born until December 14th, which was a Tuesday morning at about fucking 4:30 in the goddamn morning. Number one. Number two, we ain't gonna talk about how she was born. I'm gonna get to that in 2 seconds, but let's talk about the fact that I went into the hospital Saturday night at 11 fucking o'clock. My little sister, who at the time had just hit her mid-20s, so I had just started training her on how to pay attention to shit. She just hit her mid-20s. She walks into the fucking hospital room. My husband had already been there with me. He already knew what the fuck was up and noticed some shit. Didn't say shit to the doctor. My little sister walks into the motherfucking room. My little sister, the little bitch that I raised that gave me so much motherfucking grief. The person that I threatened, like the little person that I threatened about my motherfucking Coca-Cola Barbie that she ripped the head off. This little chick walked into this motherfucking room, and before she could even get a hello out, looked at my face and was like, what the fuck is wrong with your face? And looked at the nurse and was like, why the fuck ain't you do something? And those was her exact words. Verbatim. I kid you not. If my sorority sister was on here with me, she would be able to tell you I was on the phone with her when my sister walked into the room. Verbatim. What the fuck is wrong with your face, and why the fuck ain't y'all do something about it? The nurses who, now mind you, this is Sunday at 2 p.m. on the 12th. I walked in the hospital Saturday at 11. My face is fucked up, like fucked up. Like, this whole left side of my face, the way I'm blinking now, I can smile with both sides. This whole side of my fucking face did not move. I was already a week I was a week out from her delivery. Like, she wasn't even due until the 21st of December. They asked me to come in 10 days early for this birth. I come in 10 days early for the birth of my little person. My face is paralyzed on the left side. None of the fucking medical staff, from the check-in to the nurse, in 12 fucking hours recognized not shit. My little sister walks in the room and is like, what the fuck is wrong with your face, and why the fuck ain't y'all do something about it? Me, with all of my degrees, sitting on a gurney, is just like, why the fuck you even say something? Why the fuck did you say something? Now they're gonna run extra tests on me. I already know what the fuck is wrong with me. Because if you heard at the beginning of my video, I told you I'm one of them investigative type bitches. I'm one of them type of people who literally been trained to look for information. So when I first developed the effects on the Thursday before, I knew I had Bell's palsy. How did I know I had Bell's palsy? A bitch used the tool that she had at her disposal. I picked up the motherfucking phone. I put in Google. I said, what happens when your whole left side of your face go numb? It said, oh, in African-American women, about 13% of African-American women who actually are pregnant develop Bell's palsy. It's a temporary side effect from having high blood pressure and preeclampsia during pregnancy. And it happens in about 13% of African American women, and about 90% of that 13% can come to a full recovery as long as they are put on a medication regimen immediately following birth. So I'm sitting in this hospital on a Sunday. I had already knew all this information by Friday when my midwife called me and was like, yo, because I was one of those educated women that found out in a hospital. Fuck. Okay. So I'm one of them educated women that found out in a hospital that you can get midwives and doulas, people who can actually assist your voice, people who are trained to literally find out what's wrong with you and fight the doctors to make sure that you get what you need. What is wrong with you? What's wrong? You crying because you can't get it? If you don't take your butt to bed and stop that. Stop it. You can't move the bed to get to the tablet? You don't need to do none of that. Just stop and wait. Okay? Go upstairs, relax, and wait. I'll be done in a minute. I'm going to get this story out, and we're going to get off here, and we're going to be done in a minute, okay? Go ahead. Go wipe your face. Chillax. You don't need to cry about it. It's a tablet, girl. See? Emotions. The emotional Sagittarius. They just emotional. And they said Leo's is emotional. No, they are emotional. Anyway, so back to the story, y'all. So Sunday, my sister walks into this room. They find out that I have Bell's palsy at 2:00. They come back finally at about 8:30, 9 o'clock that night with the diagnosis, with a piece of paper that says you have Bell's palsy and we cannot begin treatment until you deliver this child. I was mad than a motherfucker. Let me tell you why. Number one, y'all told me, pregnant bitch, who came in here Saturday at 11 o'clock, that I could not eat real fucking food because you were inducing my motherfucking labor. You delayed the induction of my labor, which means you started the fucking Pitocin. You stopped that shit at 11 o'clock on Sunday so y'all could run the test. Y'all finally come back Sunday evening at fucking 6 o'clock telling me you got Bell's palsy, you still can't eat real food. I've been on an all liquid fucking diet. Do you understand how y'all trying to fucking kill me? Do you understand how y'all trying to fucking kill me? Like, real talk. Now, mind you, before I got there, I had stopped at Wendy's, so I knew better. I knew better, but that's not the point. First of all, you didn't even know what was wrong with me. You finally got back the initial test that you ran at 11 o'clock that night, 11 o'clock the next day. Then at 2 o'clock, my sister come in and tell you I got Bell's palsy. You bring a whole ass neurosurgeon down that's supposed to run more fucking tests to tell me all the shit that I already knew about Bell's palsy. After he asked me if I knew anything about it, and I told him everything that was on the fucking paper, and he handed it to me anyway. I'm still in labor with this kid though. Mind you, because of my Bell palsy, my blood pressure is already fucking high. Now that I've been agitated, my shit then went up higher. Now you're telling me on a Sunday, this is Sunday, we gonna up your Pitocin so that you can start to dilate faster. I said, okay, cool. So as they're doing a Pitocin, my hand starts to get inflamed. It's barely there now. I still got the needle stick. Like it's still like a little keloid right there in my vein. Still got the needle stick from where my whole shit was bruised. This is why I was like, hold on, I gotta think about this shit. This is why the fuck you important to me. You don't even understand the shit that I went through to bring you into this world. You were inside of my body and they was trying to kill us both. They was trying to frustrate me. They was trying to starve me. And let me tell you, yes, y'all, they was trying to fucking starve me. On top of that, they didn't even know how to get you out. So this is what happened. They upped the Pitocin. When you up the Pitocin, if a lot of y'all don't know in the birthing world, when you up the Pitocin, it's supposed to increase your contractions. Well, the problem with the increasing of your contractions is it actually starts to constrict your uterus around the baby. And when it constricts your uterus around the baby, it makes it difficult for the child to survive through so many contractions because now the uterus is like, all right, this little person needs to come out. Well, the problem with the uterus constricting like this is if your cervix doesn't dilate. Because when you give Pitocin is a synthetic drug. It's not a drug that allows your cervix to really dilate naturally. And some of us who have resistant cells, who have those good quality regenerative cells like I can get a paper cut and be healed within a day and a half. Not everybody can do that shit. But because I had those good regenerative cells, my body was like, oh, we ain't taking this chemical shit. Fuck that out of here. I don't know what the fuck you thought. We ain't having this kid right now. And because my body said, no, we're not having this kid right now, my blood pressure continued to increase. My face is still very much on the left side of my face. Bitch can't even drink the water they're giving me. I'm trying to sit through a straw and shit. Can't even feel my lips for real to put my motherfucking lip gloss on. Like, it was a rough fucking time. Yes, babies get hungry in the womb. You absolutely right. So this is the problem. So now it's Monday. Yes, I was in labor for 4 fucking days. We ain't gonna talk. We talking about it now because I thought about it on Thursday as to why this little chick is so fucking important to me. This is why she's so important to me, right? She asked me, I told her. Fucking told her. So after Sunday goes through, we now into Monday. Monday, they decide that they're going to break my water to make my cervix dilate faster because at this point, I have only dilated 3 centimeters from Saturday until Monday. Now, most people in the birthing world knows that in order to successfully have a vaginal delivery, you need to dilate 10 centimeters to have this child. For a child to successfully come through the cervix, you need to dilate 10 centimeters. Most people who have given birth, like who have been in the birthing room, we know at 8 centimeters, your birth is about to be over within an hour. For real, for real. Most kids don't linger on at 8 centimeters past an hour. Now, 6, yeah. 3 to 6, absolutely. That can be 24 to 48 hours of having birth. But if you hit 8 centimeters and you at the hospital, this little person about to arrive within an hour. It's really pretty much how your body works. So my body said, fuck all of that. We at 3 centimeters. I don't know what to tell you. We here. They said we're going to up the Pitocin one more time because if we up it any further, that it will no longer be safe for you to have. And I'm telling them at the same time, my hand is on fire. Because not only did they give me Pitocin, they also gave me penicillin because I had tested positive for streptococcus, which is something that can be deadly to our infants. And they gave me this penicillin because it's supposed to kill the bacterial infection while I'm going through these labor pains and contractions in order to bring this child into the world, and my child will not be blinded because of this dangerous ass bacteria. Now, the way I'm talking about it, I'm not saying it as if it doesn't exist. I'm saying it as if They used it as a fucking scare tactic and a weapon. My arms and my veins are on fire. I was the most uncomfortable I'd ever been in my entire fucking life. And now all of a sudden I'm feeling labor pains like nobody's business all up and down my back. And these motherfuckers ain't giving me not nothing to relieve the fucking pain. Not nothing, not nothing. Why? Because initially I thought I was going to be a soldier and have a natural birth because I'm all on my spiritual awareness shit and I'm all on my I'm going to breastfeed type shit. I'm all on my I know this shit, and I really did not understand what childbirth pain was really fucking about in life because I thought I had only went through 2 decades of cramps, and what the fuck? I ain't had no pain worse than my goddamn cramps that sent you out of school for 3 days out of every goddamn month. You know, I thought I was a G, but I wasn't. Let me be clear. I fucking wasn't. This is why. Number one, there wasn't nothing natural about the way the shit happened, and the thought process that I had about it being natural was fucking stupid. I was under more frustration and anger than anything else bringing this little person into the world, but yet I had to bring your ass into the world. At that point, it was the most important thing to me to make sure that the both of us survived. Period. We got to survive this shit. We got to make it. So these motherfuckers come back into my hospital room on a Monday evening and they're like, listen, you've only dilated 5 centimeters. We didn't broke your water. We did the little Foley bob. And if you don't know what a Foley, I'm sorry, it's not a Foley bob. It's a Foley bob. And what a Foley bob is a little balloon of water that they stick up in your cervix and they inflate the balloon. And what's supposed to happen is as the water leaks out the balloon and as your cervix contracts and stuff, you're supposed to be able to, the bob itself, which is the balloon, is supposed to slide out into the toilet when you use the bathroom. And at that time, it's supposed to allow your cervix to go ahead and dilate further. So my cervix only went to 5 centimeters. But by the time I got the 5 centimeters, now we've been in labor for 4 days. And now because it speeded up my contractions, slowed them the fuck down, speeded them up, slowed them the fuck down, unbeknownst to me, because I'm not paying attention to the shit that you put in the IV at the time. Why? Because the only thing I can focus on is the fact that I can't feel half my fucking face. I'm fucking hungry. I'm tired as all get out. And this is the next episode of American Horror Story to cover. Like real talk, yes, in natural birth hurts like a motherfucker though. I'm not saying it don't. I'm saying that I was unpurposefully robbed and I thought about that shit and why this little person was so important to me. So now that we didn't get all the way there, let's go even further. So now that we got there, now it comes down to the point where now I've only dilated 5 centimeters and now a bitch needs a C-section. You just fucked up my whole life plan right here, right? Right here. I don't know about any other woman in this room. I don't know about anybody else who might feel this message, but I'm telling you, you fucked up my whole life plan when that doctor walked into that room and told me that I had to have a C-section, that I had to have major fucking surgery in order to bring a little person into this fucking world. And the fucked up part about this major surgery that I had to bring this little person into the world is, number one, I'm awake through the entire surgery. The only thing you're going to do is numb me so that I can no longer feel you cutting into me. I am going to feel pressure, but there's nothing else that you can do. You can't wait 12 more hours. You can't allow any other additional procedures. We can't go back and try the first 2 things that we already did. Now I'm in a position with the other 59% of women who walk into a fucking hospital to give birth to a child. Now you got to cut me open. I was not okay with that shit. I'm going to be honest. I blubbered and cried like a whole ass 4-year-old because you fucked up my whole life plan. My life plan was to have the memory of saying that I pushed you out of this vagina, goddammit, not that they pulled you out of this stomach. So I thought about the importance it was to me of having this little person into this world. Absolutely biggest fucking fear. Okay. And honestly, if most people who knew me through my pregnancy, my biggest fear was actually having to deliver the child vaginally, because in my thought process, how the fuck am I getting a bowling ball through a straw? You telling me that this one vessel is supposed to dilate 10 centimeters. I'm not seeing it happening. So this is what I'm getting at, right? This is truly how this child was manifested. Throughout the pregnancy, I was so worked up on having a vaginal delivery that I ended up manifesting a C-section. Not only did I manifest the C-section, I also manifested every life fear that came along with having a child for the first time. I nearly died because my blood pressure was so high to the point where, in what Bell palsy is, and I'm gonna tell y'all specifically, your blood pressure gets so high to the point where the nerve in your facial cavity can no longer pass through your occipital hole, which is the little tiny crevice that's on the side of your temples that allows you to move shit. That little punk ass nerve gets inflamed to the point where it can no longer pass through that tiny little opening. And because that one little punk ass nerve can't fit through that little tiny little opening, you lose all the feeling on one side of your face. And then on top of that, you can't get it corrected unless you're on, I believe they put me on 15 milligrams of prednisone twice a day for 14 days. Mind you, I wanted to breastfeed. That's what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to breastfeed. So let me tell you how they further complicated my fucking life with this situation real quick. Because a lot of people are like, Trish, why are you so angry? And why ain't you going out? You should be telling people about this. Hold on now. You gotta be mindful of the doula that you want in the room, because I'm that type of doula that's gonna tell people exactly what the fuck it is. And I don't want you to be calling me next week like, you could have not talked to my nurse like that. Because I'm gonna talk to your nurse sideways as fuck. This is why. This is why. Number one. Number one, first and foremost, I had this C-section, right? The child is now here. The nurses that are at most laboring hospitals are certified lactation counselors, and this is before I became one myself. So when I found out that most of the nurses that were in the fucking delivery room and the ones who were in the labor and delivery suite for after my delivery were all certified lactation counselors or had access to one, and none of them bitches decided to assist me with latching. You got this because you saw me watching a fucking YouTube video on my phone? Number one. Number two, day number two. So not even day number two. It was later on in the fucking day. I had the child at about 5 o'clock that fucking morning, between 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Can't remember, okay? I was up for 3 days. Can't remember, okay? Because I ain't really sleep, right? So had this child 4:30, 5 o'clock that morning on Tuesday the 14th of December, right? By 2 p.m., y'all came in my room with Depo-Provera. Why did you come in my room with Depo-Provera and it's in my charts that I'm a married woman? Oh, because I have a history of taking this birth control medication for a prior 10 years. And before you even asked me if I want to change my birth control, you went to the shit that I knew. Yes. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I'm sorry you had to go through that too. Shit. Because you right. They fucked us up, yeah. Real talk. Fucked up my whole life plan real quick. So thank you, sis, for the love, because you right. Fucked up my whole shit real quick, right? Fucked it up. So, in explaining this story, and I'm hoping that this story helps somebody in their empowerment, in their movement, in their spirituality, so you can understand exactly what the fuck is going on in your life. Because real talk, I started to get certifications and degrees because of the importance of this little person in my life. So let me keep going about this, right? They offered me Depo-Provera. I took it because, again, me and the husband hadn't had a conversation about whether or not we were going to springboard to have another child right away. And because this particular birth created so many health complications, I was too scared to put my life on the line to bring another one into the world. And I'll be woman enough to say that shit. I felt like it was more important for me to be around to raise the first one than it was for me to make another one. I'll say that was me. However, I got this Depo-Provera. Now I'm on Depo-Provera. So I brings this little person home. We came home on Thursday the 17th, I believe. No, Thursday the 18th, we came home. So Thursday the 18th, we come home, and this child screamed all fucking night, didn't eat at all. I'm trying to feed her from the breast. I'm offering her both breasts. This child did not eat at all whole fucking night. Now, while we were in a hospital, they told me that number one, while we were in the hospital, she did not eat as much as she could have because my milk had not produced the way it was supposed to. When I left on Thursday, I was still producing colostrum, which most people know that you're supposed to produce colostrum between 24 to 48 hours up to 72 hours after birth, and then your mature milk comes in. Well, the problem with that is when they released me, they thought my mature milk had come in, but what happened was I ended up with clogged ducts, and I was still producing colostrum that I had no efficient way of pumping because my breast pump that they delivered to the hospital, nobody formally showed me how to use the motherfucker. The instructions that it came with, I attempted to use it and was not producing enough milk to put into an actual little 2-ounce size bottle that they wanted me to put that shit in because nobody fucking explained to me that you can't pump colostrum. You're supposed to hand express it. Can you understand why I'm so mad now that I have the formal education behind it? Like, real talk. Y'all fucking tried to kill me. And now my 6-year-old is like, whoa, why am I so important to you? Well, let's talk about why you're so important to me. Let's talk about the fact that I was cheated out of information that another person would have actually got. Oh, I'm on it, Mika. I'm definitely going to be your doula, sis. Anytime. Unicorn Squad all day. Anytime. I does the doulas. But that's what I'm saying though. Had somebody given me that information that I had to go out and seek for myself, let me be very fucking clear. Had I not already had my degree in what it's in, had I not already chose to go back to work when my child was 5 months old at this particular agency that I was working at, I would have never been aligned for the information of knowing what it was to be a doula or the opportunity to become a certified lactation counselor, or the opportunity to become an infant mental health specialist, or the opportunity to continue to build on all of those avenues in my expertise, to become an herbalist, to become a spiritual leader, to become all of these different things. Actually, to the point to where I opened up my own agency to provide support for working women like myself. Because I kid you not, with all of those degrees and all of that profession, they still treated me like I was some dumb black chick, and I acted like some dumb black chick. And I'm not even saying it to be rude, funny, or otherwise, but to be honest, when I'm in a room and I'm used to advocating for other people and their rights, and there was absolutely no one in that room with me advocating for mine, and the person who was advocating for my rights was doing it from the phone, advocating for me to get fucking food. We wasn't even worried about the aftermath of when I got home and how this child wasn't eating the way she was supposed to be eating. Thank the higher power of me believing in this fact of knowledge and using resources that were given to me. Had I not stated before I left that hospital that I was solely breastfeeding, I would have never been connected to lactation consultants. I would have never had the one white woman come to my home. I kid you not, this white lady came to my home and said, had you not been the educated person that you are and been able to answer these questions the way you were answering them, I would have called Child Protective Services and had your child readmitted into the neonatal unit where you would have had to see your child under supervised supervision. I kid you the fuck not. Kid you not. This woman came out and she was from the WIC program before the WIC program disbanded all of their lactation counselors. This woman came out and was flat out, if you weren't as educated as you are, if I was not able to tell that woman about my experience in giving birth to my child, she would have took me for the black woman that I was living in the impoverished neighborhood in the space that I was in and would have taken my child from me. The only reason at that time as to why I was fucking alive. Because for most women living in the US, when it's time to give birth, you ain't got no fucking job. If you on maternity leave, you got 6 weeks, which means you ain't got no fucking job. 9 times out of 10, you didn't even get paid to give birth because your maternity leave is not paid. It's volunteered unpaid. They just saying we'll hold on to your position and let you be 6 weeks and 1 day trying not to come back. They gonna let your ass go. You ain't got no fucking job, so the only thing you got to hold on to is that life you just brought into this fucking world. And you gonna try to, and you told me to my face, had I not been able to articulate my position, you would have took that from me. And I gotta explain to my little person why you so important to me. So I had to think about this shit on Thursday, yeah. Thought about it Thursday. Y'all thought about that shit. Y'all thought about it real long and hard. Let me tell you, the type of shit that you put a person through can either break them or make them become stronger. And I'm one of them people that I'm going to do both. I'm going to break the fuck down in a moment. And I kid you not, when I get up with this shovel, I hope you running because it's coming in your direction. I'm not even fucking playing. So what happened was just that. And you're right. Never go to the hospital alone. What happened was just that. Because of my experience, I became a stronger advocate for women who have been a disservice, who have been done a disservice, who had to think about this question. Why is your little person so important to you? And to be honest, I had to really be truthfully honest with this. You're so important to me because my DNA resides in you. The only way that I can say I did anything right in this life is if you remotely turn out close to what I imagined you to be. That's the facts. If you remotely turn out close to what I imagine you to be, that's the reason why you are the most important thing to me. No matter what you say, do, think, or otherwise, no matter how many tears I gotta wipe away, no matter how many skin knees I gotta clean up, no matter how many times I gotta tell you to shut the fuck up because you got a smart mouth like your mother. What matters to me, the importance that you are to me, is if you become remotely close to what I imagined you to be. Because in every moment that they tried to take me the fuck out of here, I imagined you to be 10 times better than me. I imagine you to be the woman standing up, speaking for yourself. I imagine you to be the person who knows more about your medical history than anybody else. I imagine you to have the faith to say, I'm not taking what the fuck you giving me just because you giving it to me. I imagine you to be an independent thinker, a freedom writer, a tribe leader. I don't imagine you to be anything less than that. And if you grow up to be remotely fucking close, that gave my life existence worthiness because I fought a lifetime. You hear that? I fought a lifetime to ensure you into this world. That's why you're so important to me. That's why. Because if you look at how many things you had to do as a woman to maintain that stability, and let's be honest, women, and some of us have already lost. And even with that loss, there is never anything that is going to replace the life that you imagined it to be. And I feel the pain so wholeheartedly. I do. So wholeheartedly, and I feel that pain so deeply that I live my life with the purpose of giving back to those women who need it on purpose. And if this video touched you, I'm hoping like hell it did for Thought About It Thursday, because it touched the fuck out of me. That's why I had to talk about it, because my little person really had to ask me in this day and time, why am I important to you? And the crazy part is you know that there's a kid who asked that question and their parents said because of a check. Because your daddy ain't fucking with me no more. Because your grandma ain't shit. You know, there was a kid that asked that question and didn't receive the fact that I nearly died to bring you into this world. And because I was willing to give my life for you. That sounds like a very familiar story in a very familiar book that everybody fucking read, right? But it's the truth. I laid down my life. I took a risk walking into that hospital. I wanted to have a home water, birth. But because I live in Western Pennsylvania where that shit ain't law yet, you ain't allowed to do it over here. But I kid you not, if I decided I wanted to move all the way to fucking Nigeria where my folks is from, it wouldn't be a fucking problem. They wouldn't give a damn if I wanted to lay a baby in a river. Wouldn't care. But if I want to bring a baby into the world in my own fucking bathtub, I need to have medical insurance for that. What? Where do you get this shit from? I fought a lifetime of all types of shit. They tried to fucking kill me on purpose. I told you that the stuff that you're pumping into my veins is giving me a negative reaction, and you tell me it's in my head. And because you're the one with a medical degree, I'm supposed to go along with it. No, I want my little person, I kid you not, I want that girl's voice to be so fucking loud, your ears ring when you hear that shit. That's what I want. If you live to be remotely close to that, I wouldn't give a fuck if you was 5 stone throws off from it. If you get remotely close, then I done did my fucking job on this existence. I done fought a lifetime for you. Because if you think about it as a little girl, the things that I planned. Come on, little girls. Think about the things that you planned. You planned the house. You planned the car, the big ass wedding, the poofy ass princess dress, or maybe the mermaid dress by the beach. And when that little person came into your mind, you said you're going to be just like me. You're going to look like me. You're going to sashay like me. You're going to be smarter than me. You're going to have the best of every fucking thing. And what did they do when you got to your 9 to 5? Told your ass you couldn't take off because your baby was sick. Are you fucking kidding me? No. I'm out of here. Peace up. A-Town down. Y'all can kiss my ass. Fire me then. That's when they started to not like my attitude because I started to prioritize some things. First and foremost, if I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't give a fuck if I'm supposed to be on the clock at 9. If I wake up at 6 o'clock and my child is running a fever at 102, you can kiss my ass not there. I'm not coming. Why am I not coming? Because my baby got a fever of 102. And above all, if this little person doesn't make it, I have no reason to get the fuck up and come in there. Why don't y'all understand that as employers? Why are you telling me that I got to choose between PTO time and I can't use my sick time because it's not for me, it's for my baby, which means I got to use my vacation time, in which I'm already out of, and we didn't already gave you a warning. You're not allowed to have that. So we're going to have to give you an unpaid day. And when you gave me that unpaid day, it fucked up my rent money. So now I'm all stressed the fuck out. And my little person is like, why am I important? And I'm like, because mommy got to make the money to keep us indoors. That's why you important. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not why. You're important because I had to endure things in this life that are unnatural. I had to withstand people invading on my life force. I had to give parts of me to people that were not good recipients in order to make sure that you survived. I'm trying to tell you, fuck corporate America, sis. Yes, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them with a sick dick, they say, right? Fuck them with a sick dick because I'm done with them. You have to understand that when you think about this shit, like real talk, I thought about it on this day as to why this child is so important to me. And she's so important to me because I had the opportunity to raise my little sister. And I tell you, I did a great fucking job with that one. She was my rock on that day. She came in like nobody's business, right? Right. She did her fucking job. The fuck is wrong with your face? And who the fuck, why ain't y'all did shit? Hold on. She did her job. I did a great job with that one. But because that one was my sister, that's my running mate. That's my partner in crime. That person doesn't have my hopes and dreams. So you have to understand that your eggs were with you from the time that your mother conceived you. So when I said that I fought a lifetime for her to get here, you have to understand that she's one and a finite amount of eggs that I carried in my body that went through and survived those fights of depression, anxiety, self-doubt, and flat out physical fucking abuse. I am a survivor of some shit that does not need to be mentioned. Period. Survivor of some shit that does not need to be mentioned. Period. But because she was in that survival with me, I fought a fucking lifetime for you to get here. And if I fought a lifetime for you to get here, you need to understand that if you can live to be remotely close to what I imagine you to be, then that's your level of importance. But I asked her to back the question, why ain't you that important to you? And she reminded me of how important my fucking job was. My job isn't just to preserve her life. My job is to teach her about why her life is worth preserving and to help instill the fight in her that she needs to have. That's simple. So when I have a Sagittarius daughter, and most Sagittariuses, and I had this conversation, a lot of Sagittariuses are predisposed to depression and anxiety because of where they land in the zodiac. It's just who they're ruled by. They're ruled by a lot of self-doubt. They're ruled by a lot of envy. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just one of those things that happen. And if you don't have people around you that tell you that you are the best at being you, and it's okay to fail the first time, but try a fucking again because you got it the second time. It's okay to second guess yourself, but don't do it always on the first try. If you don't have a support system like that, then you find yourself in a position to where you have an adult who does not know which direction to go in because they are literally two different people and nobody reassured them their purpose in life. Because if you look at the zodiac and you look at what a Sagittarius is, it really is two different things in one thing. And it's the beauty of a Sagittarius. It truly is. It's the awesome nature. It makes them so whimsical. It makes them so magnificent. It makes them so fucking awesome. But it also makes them so fucking confused. And it makes them very codependent. And it allows them to believe shit that's not there. And it's a very destructive trait that I have to deal with on an adult level. And I am working my best to allow it not to go into my little person. Because the fortunate thing for her is she has a strong ass Leo mother, which means I think I'm always fucking right because I am, even when I'm wrong. Even when I'm wrong. I think I'm always fucking right because I am, even when I'm wrong. But because I'm more than willing to go through and investigate the information, I'm willing to encourage you and I'm willing to ride with you. If you don't know about the Leo trait, we very rarely ask you to do some shit we have never done before or some shit we are not willing to do with you. Yes, yes. And we love you too, sis. I'm telling you, we love you, Mika. We got love you. Truly do to pieces. Because ain't nobody got time. We gonna laugh with you, cry with you, cuss you the fuck out. And if you want to fight, bitch, I meet you in the DMV. There we go. And we gonna eat dinner afterwards. Ain't nobody got time for hate. We love you though. But that's how we are as Leos. Most of us are. But me personally, I'm a Leo Virgo cusp. So I have that additional fairness and understanding of the gray areas. I have that additional loving kindness, but it also comes out as I'm going to fuck you up if you don't listen to me. But it's really not about that. So don't take my tone. Just listen to the words, please. But because I'm so aggressive with my message, I also have to understand that it can be scary in the reception. So now that I have my little person who's asking me her level of importance, it helped to train me to understand that when I tell people where their level is in my life and how important they truly are to me and where they stand here, that I'm softer and gentler with it. And I remind them that you need to be as important to you in your life as you are to me in mine. I'm willing to lay my life the fuck down for my little person all day. I do not expect my little person to lay her down for me. Why don't I expect her to do that? Because she has a lot more life to live, and there's so many fantastic adventures. And best believe, I'm just going to teach you how to burn that paper so mommy can come back and help you on the other side. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to teach you how to make sure you light them candles so mommy can come back and see you on the other side. That's all I'm saying. I do not expect you to lay your life down for me because I've already done it. I did it. I did it. We here. I love you with all of my heart. That's where it is. So thank you for my thought about it Thursday and rocking with me, because I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, I don't know, man, because that little, wait till I start letting her really interact on these lives and y'all gonna see why I understand who her mother is, but also why this child is very much in danger at 16. Mommy already paying for that lawyer because I'm going to jail and I'm getting out and I'm going to kick her ass again. It's that simple. They ain't going to try me twice though for the same crime. Double jeopardy. And that's what I'm not even playing. The child has a head on her shoulders like nobody's business. And to see personality at 2 days old was something else. But to be her mother is the experience that I fought so long and hard for all of my life. And because I fought my entire life to make sure that this one survived, quit playing. Quit playing. Don't ask me why you important to me again. Don't make me have to have people call you and remind you of this YouTube video. I'm telling you, because when you really go through and you listen to the fight, kid you not, I love you to death, all my heart. Truly do. But if you listen to the fight that I had, the fight of a lifetime that I had to bring you into this world, and how many people I'm still fighting to make sure that they don't impeach your world right now, because what you're not going to do is tell us how to live. What you're not going to do is that. That's where we at. Yes, I'm telling you. She already be trying it. She be trying it. And she ain't even sneaky for real. Y'all see her. She ain't even sneaky for real. Those is planned attacks. If you don't know what Sagittarius, you better get to know one at a young age. Them is planned attacks. She be planning to jump in here, okay? Planning. The same reason why I planned to keep talking while that tablet stayed on the side of the bed so she could just go to fuck sleep. But plan. If it was that imperative, they be them was planned fucking attacks. She be planning, boy. I'm telling you, her and Kennedy probably gonna be best friends. I kid you not. Kid you not. Her and Kennedy gonna be best friends. They're gonna be so far away from each other, but they're gonna be best friends. I kid you not. Kid you not. Because them two and they moms, my goodness. Look for the Black Panther Society, round 4, y'all. Round 4. The young side. Round 4. Because they coming with it. They coming with it. I kid you not. This one the other day was like, Mom, what's a troglodyte? I said, I gotta stop talking to people in large words around my little person, thinking that just because I didn't call you a bitch or a hoe or some type of dumb motherfucker, I called you a troglodyte. She ain't gonna pick that shit up immediately. Mom, what's a troglodyte? Why'd you call them a degenerate? I said, you know what? You right. You right. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it on this Thought About It Thursday, y'all. You right. I'm telling you, these kids, they're gonna be best of friends. I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. The legacy. Oh my gosh, the legacy. I feel sorry for the world. I hope y'all kids is our friends. I truly do. I truly do. Because when they take it over, oh my, it's going to be headbands, rainbows, and sparkles. Y'all in trouble. And waist beads. Y'all in trouble. And she already waist beaten too. Yes, I got my 6-year-old waist beaten. Absolutely. Why did I do it? Because she's built like a mother. We love fucking chocolate and cakes and cookies and shit. You heard me. We just got done eating, goddammit. We like food. And because we like food, I also have to be mindful that not all of that shit is healthy for us. Just because I like to eat Sundays in the morning don't mean that we should do that every morning. We need to be reminded that we can't splurge like that except for the weekends. But I ain't gonna keep y'all much longer because I got shit to do tomorrow. But y'all, thank you so much for joining me on this Thought About It Thursday. I hope that this resonated with y'all on truly thinking about the level of importance. Like a 6-year-old asks you, why am I important in your life? As an adult, you need to be answering your question, your damn self. Why did I fight so hard for this child to live? Because I had a fucking dream that can't nobody kill, and I kid you not, as many times as they tried to kill me, that dream did not die, and I'm still very much living it now. I had no idea that these $5 Aries was going to take me somewhere. I had no idea that I was going to be speaking on a platform like this to people. I had no idea. I started on Facebook showing $5 fucking jewelry. And now I'm an operator of 4 fucking businesses, and I kid you not, I'm not out here balling out of control. You can see my background. I'm still from a very humble beginning, and I don't plan to stay at a humble end, but I am going to be humble throughout my process and say thank you very much for your time and recognize your importance to you. Because you important to me. Yes. Do it. Look, get that child an anklet though. I ain't gonna lie. This is the second waist bead for this little person. The first one, the beads that I chose to put on her, they severed the string. They just severed the string. So what I did is I gave her an anklet. And honestly, the anklet is a little more acceptable than a waist bead because I don't know. You could talk to people about their dumb stuff, but if you offer the anklet, because I offered the anklet for a lot of my younger nieces, even though my sisters know that I waist bead, I offered anklets for them. So what I did is I took my waist beads and turned them into anklets for them. And my sisters was okay with them rocking the anklets because again, it's an anklet. It didn't mean a whole lot. But then I explained to my nieces what that anklet meant to them. And it was their armor of protection. So now they roll around with their anklets and be like, yo, I'm not even playing. Family connection, my auntie gonna get you. Family connection, my auntie gonna get you. Even sent some to my cousins too. So just look at it that way. Maybe not the waist beads, but do the anklets or the little bracelets. They're cool with those for the most part because they're beads. And what I did is I just did some sneak type shit. I just made it out of my waist beads. You know now. But it's still the same amount of power and you still gonna get it because you a member of my family and I'm not playing no games. We all gonna be protected off this bitch. Auntie ain't playing. Y'all heard me. I fought a fucking lifetime. You are important to me. And if you on my squad, you definitely important to me. All my viewers, you are more than important to me at this point. So thank you very much because without y'all, I wouldn't even have this going on. So thank you so much because you need to understand your level of importance. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. So start from the bottom. Start from the bottom. I'm one of them people. You might not get the full story on the waist beads, but let's start with an anklet. Well, why you want to give them an anklet? Because it's a piece of jewelry that I made, and I want them to feel empowered by something that I feel empowered by. And as they continue to grow, you can still continue to build on them blocks. So my little person knows what a troglodyte now is, but so she ain't calling people bitches. She calling them troglodytes. Is there a difference? Absolutely. The level of education. Because maybe when she becomes a mother, that white woman will come into her room and tell her that she's not going to take her baby because of how highly educated she is. So it's building blocks, building blocks. Like I'll be honest. I'll be honest. You just got to trick them sometimes. trick them into fake it till they make it. That's exactly what they say. Fake it till they make it. Start them off with anklets. Real talk. Like, listen, we're gonna get together and do a bead project. I'm bringing the kids over to my house. We're doing a beading project and let them all leave with anklets. They ain't got to be waist beads, and they don't have to be sensualized and you're sexualized. You're right though, because I'm not gonna say that my waist beads ain't attracted the wrong type of attention. They have, but I was also a strong enough woman to where I was guided by other strong women to understand that the attention I was given wasn't the attention that I needed. And to be honest, if the mother, and I'm not no shade, facts, no shade, but to be honest, as a mother who put waist beads on her little person, I'm teaching my little person the level of importance she is to herself. So when that attention comes in her direction, she can throw that shit to fade. 555-1212. You don't need to know my real number. What's your number? 555-1212. You don't need to know my real number. And you can throw whatever area code you want into the middle of that shit. As a matter of fact, we used to get so slick in college, we used to give people a suicide number, which was fucked up. And I ain't saying that I ain't had no karma come back for me on that one. I done lost the car and shit for that shit. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. When you out here playing these games and you learning how to protect yourself, you do whatever is necessary. And I told you, I fought a fucking lifetime to make sure your ass got into this world. You really think for 2 seconds I'm not going to teach you how to protect that fucking life? You done lost your candy. Let's start talking about it. If you looking at waist beads bringing the wrong type of attention, you got to learn how to derail that attention. You got to learn how to tell them people the respect that you need on that fucking attention. Just because you tell me my waist beads is sexy and you tell me that they come from Africa does not give you the right to entertain my time. And I'm real shit about that. Real shit. And I'm not saying that it's not flattering at the time over our vodka and cranberry. What I'm saying is when I finish this drink, if you don't have more substance than that, buy banana. I got 4 toys. I sell a fucking, I sell for the company, goddammit. I got pleasure toys. I ain't worried about you. But those are things that my aunties taught me. Those are things that people in my life taught me. Those are things that my waist bead sisters have reminded me about. Like, I'll be honest, I didn't get on Instagram and just start showing my body off because I lost weight and I felt like I needed to be the newest thought on Instagram. No, fuck out of here. I did that shit because I wanted you to see that I have a respectful way in how I'm doing it. No, I'm not up there every day showing off my shit. I do it once a week and I do lukewarm fitness for those who need it. As a matter of fact, the sensuality of the outfit is really just so that I can get the likes, so I can keep going, so the page can be monetized, so that the people who need the money can fucking get it. If you actually want to know what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. But I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch who just reached 5,000 steps stomping my foot around. I'm that bitch. I have purpose behind my living. And when you have purpose behind your living, somebody threaten that motherfucking dream, you fight a lifetime. Period. To achieve and keep it. And my little person is a part of that dream that I'm fighting a lifetime to achieve and keep. So if you ain't thought about the level of importance you are, you important to you. You more important to you than anything else. And as a matter of fact, that anything that you produce is important to you. So if you treat it like anything other than that, you got a problem. Excuse me, you got a big ass problem. I even had something to drink and I ain't even drank it for the whole damn hour. Just been running my mouth. But yeah, so that's all I was saying to y'all. Like, real talk, that's where I'm at with it. You got to understand your level of importance, and you also have to understand that there's other ways to getting the goal met. If you feel as though that you need to provide beads or protection or information to your nieces, nephews, little cousins, god kids, do that shit. I used to tell people, and I tell them now to this day, I will fight the parent about the kid, and I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. Why do I do that? Because I truly believe that you should feel the same way. If I'm willing to go in your mouth about your kid, it should make you fucking think about how you treating your kid. I'll wait. If you got another person who is willing to beat your ass about your kid, it should make you think about how you treating your kid. And it's that simple. And if you treating your kid like you didn't fight a fucking lifetime for their asses to be here, like if they don't live up to one remote iota of what you thought they was going to be, that was going to be sufficient for your life, then you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. It's that simple. We can't be out here creating legacies for no fucking reason. You can't be out here expecting your child to be the next Michael Jordan, the next LeBron James, the next Beyonce, the next fucking Stephen Curry. You can't expect your child to be none of that shit if you don't install a level of fucking importance in your life. And that level of importance has nothing to do with the check or their fame. It has everything to do with every battle that you fought for the asses to eat, survive, and fucking breathe even right now. And if you are not giving them that level of importance, I didn't say remind them. I said give them the level of importance. Remind them that they need to be as important to themselves as they are important to you. If you fighting this hard for them to eat, breathe, and sleep, then they need to fight that same type of fucking battle. That's how you produce a conscious working adult. And I'm not saying working for somebody else. Working means wielding observable real knowledge. An adult who knows how to use the shit that they are born with and the tools that they are given and the shit that is taken away from them, and they are able to make something from it. Did you hear what I said? And I try not to go too ham sandwich. I said I was getting off. I need to go. Right? So I'm dead ass serious. Thank you very much, because your level of importance to you means a lot to me, that you came here for Thought About It Thursday. Keep coming back for my days of the week. I didn't even get my podcast out because I had to get this message out. Anytime you have to question your level of importance, always remind yourself of the fight of a lifetime that you had to put in to get here. Yes. Thank you, sis. I'm telling you, thank you for coming through. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you very much, because you are important to me. Everyone who's watching this is important to me. And real talk, if you're personally in my unicorn squad, you're even more important to me. I had to tell a licensed clinical social worker today, because I had to tell a licensed clinical social worker today. She was like, "Do you have a support team?" I said, "I absolutely do." I said, in the last 6 months, I have built the best support system that a person could possibly have. I have a circle of friends that I can lean on. I have therapeutic professionals that I know and I can reach out to when I actually need services, but I won't reach out to the therapist. She said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm not dealing with cookie cutter therapy." She said, "Well, only if you choose to go into death." I'm not choosing to go into death. Okay. That's the shit I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm the sister. If you call me, we going into death, goddammit. We gonna go into depth and we gonna work that shit the fuck out. That's the shit I'm talking about. Because my support circle is so strong, the woman that I was talking to that had absolutely no way in my life to make it better or worse, she was just calling for the fact of calling. That was just her job. She really had no other input on her job other than the fact that she called to find out what the fuck I was doing in my day. She found out I had a support system that I built over 6 months. And I tell you over 6 months because I'm telling you, it got tighter over 6 months. I became a part of a unicorn squad that is a sisterhood like no other. I needed y'all in my life as much as y'all needed me, and I had no idea. And I'm so very thankful that I fought the battle of a lifetime to get here so that I can provide back what you all provide back to me. It's that simple. It's reciprocity like nobody's business. It's vibration like nobody's business. If you don't know about the waist measurement challenges, I need you to go over to A Natural Hair Story. I need you to check her out. I need you to go on my IG, Trish_Dean. I need you to go to my link tree. I need you to go to the Conscious Canvas Kickback. I need you to check out all of A Natural Hair Story, because this woman, I kid you not, brought together a sisterhood that is on a phenomenal rising. When we talk about our children going to be like the next wave of the conscious journey, we are not fucking playing. We are already building that community right now. When I say that you are important, we remind our women that we are important. I kid you not, these women in this support system, and in the support group, it's a system across the entire United States, damn near, and there's other countries involved. It ain't just in the US, it's US and countries involved. An entire fucking support system that allows you to discover, you heard me, discover who you are, what you stand for, and be unapologetically about it, and to go on a YouTube and tell people, listen, my 6-year-old asked me why she was important to me, and I did a whole hour about it. Yes. Revolving door of support. Yes. Because we need that. And if you a woman out here and you don't know about it, I'm telling you now, you need to get with it. You need to get with it. Baby sisters, oh, hey! Finally, she got a wife. I just talked about you too. Just talked about you. You the shit. You the shit. Love that. That's my oldest right there. Love that one. Love that one. I'm so excited. She finally got my wife. Listen, because I'm telling you, man. And yes, and be your authentic self, like a support system like no other for you to be your authentic self. And I kid you not, had it not been for bringing my little person into this world, I would have never understood the value that I instilled in the importance that I instilled in someone else. My life was on the line in our hospital room, and I'm so happy my little sister jumped on here. Kid you not. She walks in a room. What the fuck is wrong with your face? And why the fuck ain't y'all did something about it? My life is on the line in that room, and I'm sitting in that room as the lowest of the low, the woman with all of the fucking degrees, and all of these people who have professions that coincide with my degree. The medical profession coincides with social work, period. Coincides. Or treating me like less than, and I'm accepting it. This person walks into the room and reminded me that I instilled a power in them, that shit ain't gonna fly. I joined a waist measurement challenge. These women remind me that I got a strength in me in education that I can't sit on no more. That shit ain't gonna fly. Do you understand that the universe gives you exactly what you need to live? It puts the people in your world that you need to have in your world. It gives you the messages right on time in which you need to have them. So I'm thanking you again for coming through on my Thought About It Thursday and understanding the level of importance that you need to have for yourself. And I hope that you take this with you throughout the rest of the week, the weekend, and all of that, to understand that if you believe that you are important, that level of importance that you put into you can put into someone else. And as you raise those other lives, those lives will defend your life even when you feel so powerless and cannot fight on your own. And I kid you not, had it not been for my sisters being in that room with me, I don't know how it would have worked out. I don't know if I would be a trained doula. I don't know if I would be a certified lactation counselor. I don't know if I would be an infant mental health specialist. I don't know how that would have worked out. But I do know now, when my little person asked me, why is she so important to me? When I think back over that moment, I remember why it was so important for me to raise my little sister the way I did, for her to give back those words and that tone that she gave, for me to be reminded that the fight that I had for a fucking lifetime was worth the life that I brought into this world, and it's worth every fight that I have after it, which means I am more important to me than anything else. And at the end of the day, I will never allow anyone to determine my level of importance to me on any fucking level. And I will never let anybody understand that they are not important to themselves while you are in my presence. And it's that simple. That's simple. So I love y'all. Thank you so much. So excited. My little sister just all right, y'all. Thank y'all, sisters. Thank you, my unicorn squad, because you know I love y'all support. Love it. Facts. Thank you, little facts. Love it. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate it. I gotta go. I got shit to do. All right, I'll see y'all. See y'all.